In today's world, many teenagers or even children have been westernized, including our beloved country, Indonesia. If you ask your teenager child some questions about lemput durian, ampar-ampar pisang, or puputan, your kid probably won't be able to answer it. Wait, what am I exactly saying? It is painstakingly said that in our country, most teenagers think that it is the era where partying, copying how Western people act, and many others are cool. And by this, Westernization and modernization are the reason on why millennials don't even care on the existence of our culture and what might happen to our culture, whether it's going to be gone or stolen by other countries. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, I'm Keysha Thasiwa AKMAL from As-Shofa Senior High School. Today, I would like to talk about a speech with the title, The Importance of Preserving Culture Among Millennial Children. Ladies and gentlemen, Indonesia is a very rich country with very interesting cultures. Moreover, Indonesia is in a transition period where different cultural values do coexist, mix up, and get sorted out. Globalization and technological advances have contributed to cultural degradation and influenced changes in characters and moral shifts to the younger generations in Indonesia. In many applications, or mostly TikTok, we can easily see that there are a lot of westernized posts that can become the evidence of cultural degradation. For example, it is widely known that there is one of Indonesian artists that used to post a video aimed to mock someone they hate or to spread hoax. And in addition, the way she behaves and puts on clothes are not intended to the way a cultured Indonesian is supposed to be. Imagine, what will happen to the younger generations if they copy or imitate every single deed that their idol does? If they have no prior knowledge about culture, they will be infected and normalize it as it is something that is allowed. Then, at the end of the day, they will get a vague definition of what a culture is supposed to be. They will probably think that culture is something that is old-fashioned and has nothing to do with today's generation. Let alone, as far as they're concerned, culture is supposed to only be preserved by the old generations. Do you see how important it is to teach our children about culture? Ladies and gentlemen, if I were to ask you what culture even means, you would probably think about arts, traditional food and dances, and many more. And yes, that is correct, but I want to try to expand on what it means. Culture is a human activity which involves on their social life. Meanwhile, preserving culture means that keeping it safe or protecting it from going extinct. The word extinct in culture is the problem that we are facing right now, ladies and gentlemen. And who knows, maybe soon enough, our millennial children won't even get to see the traditional food and dances that Indonesia has because of people's awareness towards culture. The next few years will be all about society trying to make new technologies. And of course, our millennial children are more excited to see new things rather than what is in the past. Unless your millennial child is interested in the histories of cultures, then you won't have to worry about it. Speaking of what is in the past, which city is the most well-preserved for cultures in Indonesia? It is Bali. Ladies and gentlemen, Bali is the most known city to foreign citizens, but they would think that Bali is Indonesia. Basically, other cities don't really matter to them. So the point is, read and learn cultures before you say the wrong information about that culture. And by teaching or preserving cultures to millennial children, we'll make them aware that most of our cultures are forgotten. But why did I say that you have to be careful with what you say about a culture? Here's an example. A foreign person on TikTok, once again, I saw that they have recorded an expectation versus reality video in Bali. So they showed a dirty lake forest on a villa and where they stayed. But the problem is, those dirty lakes happen to be a normal situation in the mangrove forest when the sea level is low. So in short, think before you speak, especially if you want to talk about other countries' cities and their cultures and all. Therefore, the importance of preserving culture among millennial children is very important. We can't just let our cultures disappear and forget the beauty of our country. Indonesia is what made itself unique with thousands of cultures that it has. So ladies and gentlemen, we must educate our millennial children and more generations to come to build a better and with high awareness towards preserving our culture. I think that's all from me. Thank you for listening. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.